If you would just talk us through how you get into the hobby, etc.
So it's the host to spotlight. Oh, right, okay. Well, basically, when I was a baby, a little, my dad kept fish. He had fresh water. Before I was born, he had a big marine setup. Now we're talking back 60 years. I'm 51, so. And my brother burnt house down and destroyed it, so he went into fresh water. So I've always been around fish. And then when I was 6 years old, because he used to go all around to fish shops with my dad. And now he was quite a little boy. He used to sit on a little step and look at the fight of fish and stuff like that. And woman at the shop gave me 6 cardinal neon tetras, and that's what started it. So I think there were 2 sections where 3 or 4 years I didn't have a tank. But I've always kept fresh water, big predator fish, a load of Tanganyika and stuff, just all sorts over the years. And then it come to the 10-year anniversary of my dad's death, and I thought I'll set up a little marine tank in his memory, and that were it. I was gone. Within 4 weeks, I'd sold my 3 6-foot tanks and built 2 more big predator tanks, an 8-foot B2B2 and a 6-foot B2B2 that I had in my mum's front room. And this isn't like years ago, we're only going back 15 years. So that's what got me into marine. Then I had 4 years off, moved in here, Mrs. left me, so I started again. And it was just going to be a nice little 3-foot tank. I wasn't even interested in hobby at that point. I should really be looking at camera, not a fucking thing. Sorry.
That's why whatever you want to look at, Lee. You're good.
That's why I'm staring down, because I'm looking at the screen instead of camera.
That's right.
Fucking idiot. So I got started here, and we're not because I couldn't have a big tank at the time, or I thought. I started with corals, and that's what sparked it off. So last 5 years, I started with a 3-foot tank, and now I've got this 6B3B2, 3B3B12, and then I've got another 3B2B12 to go behind where the camera is, where my zebra is, and I'm on with 2,000 litre sump system now.
You just said so where your zebra is?
Yeah, my zebra tank. I've got a zebra tank.
Oh, right. I thought you had a fucking zebra.
No, not anymore.
And just to rewind a few minutes, your brother burnt the house down. I'm sure everybody is hanging on that. What happened?
Oh, he's a fucking asshole. We don't speak now. He was 4-year-old, and it was his birthday party. And this isn't only a story I heard. I don't know the all ins and outs. It cameras up there, dickhead, not down there. So it's like the matches when they were lighting candles on his birthday cake, and the sofa apparently that we had at the time. He's 5 years older than me, so I wasn't even born at this point. But it had a big gap like that underneath it, and he built little bonfires underneath the sofa, and then the sofa sat on fire, and then the house went up. And my dad, at the time, my dad had a 12-inch scat, and so he says. You know, we all exaggerate, so I bet it was about 8 inch, maybe 6. Knowing my dad, but that was pride and joy, and he had seahorses and all the usual, game marine stuff that people get, like seahorses. Fucking hate them. Give me creeps. And that's what happened. My dad ended up smashing a window in upstairs bedroom where fire were underneath. So people from local builders yard could come over and get our kid out. But if I'd have had my choice, I'd left him in there because that's what he deserves.
Okay.
Family's different in Yorkshire.
Moving on. So you've told us what tanks you have now. So do you want to run through what you've got and why?
I've got the frag tank with my zebra tank, Marshall Island wrasse, and my golden hawkfish. Now that were originally a go side by side with my 5-footer that I had, well, next to it. The whole plan was to get used to the idea of having 9-footer tank on that wall, and I was going to upgrade to a 9-foot tank. So that, I never liked it, so I just chuck shit in it. It looked a right mess at the minute. But I also use it as a quarantine system, so when I get a new fish in, if it starts showing any sign of disease, I can shut it straight off at main system and run a different filtration system on it. So it'll end up with 110 UV on it, and I'll run most of the water through like a 5-micron filter, which helps pull out parasites out of the water column rather than just letting them swim around and attach to fish. The cage is my overflow tank. That's where I chuck all the stuff out of the way. Or when I get out new from shops, it goes in there until I decide what I'm going to do with it. It's quite full, same as the big one is as well. And then the big one, I was just about to pull trigger on a 9-foot be free, having built on the back wall. But one of my mates shut this down, a lad called Matt. And I've seen it a couple of times, and I went over, and price was right, timing was right, and I thought, I've always fancied a vanilla chiller, so that's how come I've got that. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be saying, so I apologise if I'm rambling.
No, you're fine. You're doing really well. So, do you want to talk through what equipment you've got and what changes you've made and things like that?
I've got right on main tank. It's running 5 skies.
Rambling.
Yeah, 5 skies. Rambling, talking gibberish. You'll probably understand a bit better.
He's just made a note there, Lee, just for later. He's going to bring that up later.
Oh, right, okay. So I've got 5 skies, 3 Kessel 360 WEs on that. TMC Reef Pulse light on the frag tank, but I've also got an Luma Magic X4 to go on the water box that's going there. 2 Kessel A80s and XR30 Gen 6 Blue on the Cade. Now, when it comes to the rest of the equipment, I've got, a lot. 6 dose, full Apex system, a busy 200 running system, Core 20 doing manifold, which runs my 3-foot Refugium interseller and runs me 2060 external Deltec skimmer. I've also got a 2065, I think it is, or 61, the DC version internal that's running in some. I've got it's ReefWorks or Reef Tech. Same sump as yours, Ron, but with roller matting.
Yeah, the Reef Tech.
Yeah, I've got that running main system at the moment. Countless modules, FFM modules. I've got the power reading one for Apex, but fucking shit. I test all my salinity, all runs off my Apex Salinity Probe because I think they're absolutely fantastic and work amazingly.
Shut up. No way. You're the only fucking human on earth that's ever said that. Are you being serious?
No, I'm a fuck. It's to a point where it actually was working perfectly, and my salinity dropped. And I thought, oh, fuck off, it's not working. Like, bollocks is that. And it had dropped 4 points, and I don't even realise. But they're good, if you can get them set up right, like I have, it's good for seeing trends, but they're not trustworthy at all. Same as the fluid monitor systems, they're absolute bollocks and all. Fucking hell.
The probes are terrible.
It nearly crashed my system 4 times because I thought, oh, I've been saying compressor stuff, I can trust it. And it just stopped reading, so it just shut all my pumps down and I didn't even know. They were like, I come down, I'm like, why is it so silent? Anyway. So yeah, there's countless modules. The best thing is, later on in the video, I'll go through what's running everything. Because obviously you want me to go into cellar and show you stuff in there. I've also got an inline 1 kilowatt heater that runs the whole system. That's like one of my pride and joys. Wave makers, I've got 5 WAVs, 2 Jump Gyre X2s, 2 MP40s, and an Orbit 4 on the main system. I've got 1 MP40 on the system because I end up selling one. Then I've got 2 Nero 3s on this. All 3 systems are linked into the same sump, so it's all the same water.
So do you plumb those into the? You said you have a cellar. So
yeah.
You have sumps.
Oh,
they
sorry,
all go down.
A basement. So you understand what I'm talking about. and I ain't got any aluminum either. No aluminum.
Aluminium. Is the basement a laboratory or just a sump room?
It's weird. It's really full at the minute. I ain't got any space down there. I'm struggling for space, but there's my Trident's down there, my Mastertronics down there, my Dosatronics down there, because I've got a Dosatronic as well. So I've got 6, 12, 17 dosing heads running at the moment. What else is down there?
How long has the display been running?
Since July last year, so just over 12 months. But all kit in it came out of my old display, which had been running. Get cameras up there, like that had been running 2 years. So bulkets, the rockwork in here, it's a custom kit that I managed to get cheap, and that's been in a tank for about 4 years now. So a lot of it's all, well matured rock that's in there.
And the coral too? Did you have a lot of that coral in your last tank? You just moved it over and built on it?
Some of it, yeah. A lot of it, about half of it I've bought, but I've made a few really, really stupid mistakes lately, and I've lost like 7 Lobos. I probably lost about 30-40% of my stock just due to my own klutz and being stupid and not paying attention. But the thing is, with this system, you'll see deadheads when I take you around with camera, but it still looks really full. The SPS don't look really good, but then you've got huge colonies of other stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking thin on the ground, Lee.
It's like this colony here that you can just see. It's bigger than my head, and it's a big colony of frog spawn. And the same with all ones up top. These are all torches here.
Do you have a average sized head?
No. Yeah. What do you mean no? It's I don't know.
Rugby ball, about a rugby ball size.
Probably a bit bigger, more basketball size, to be fair.
Okay.
But that's normal for us Yorkshiremen,
Can you wear a standard baseball cap, Lee?
I have to get extra large.
Okay.
That's a damn large coral colony.
That's a huge hammer. Yeah, coral.
Yeah, I had 2 same size, and I give one to the local shop. So I'll put that in the display tank. I come back later, so I've just sold it for 400 quid. I'm like, you anchor. But I know that I kept it.
I have heard that you are one of the most generous reefers ever. So well done.
Who's told you that, like?
Everybody has told me that. I'm the same. I like to try and help out when I can.
Well, for me, if I've got something kicking about, perfect example, my mate Sean, his light went down, and I had an Norfolk at 94. I said, take it. What would you want for it? So I don't want out for it. So I went out fucking way because I've just put my toe on it yesterday. So I want fucking rid. But it seems out else. If anyone needs out that I've got spare, unless it owes me a lot of money, because most of the stuff I have end up costing me no, because you do deals and tank breaks and stuff like that, and you make money one way or another. But 9 times out of 10, people can just come and take it because it's one less thing in my way.
The hobby does. This hobby's terrible for hoarding. The inevitable upgrades, and like you'll buy a food and it doesn't quite work out, but nobody throws shit in the bin.
No.
I mean, Tom on his live stream the other day there was talking about his fish food larder that he's got next to his tank, and it's all of this shit that he doesn't use. We're all really bad for it.
It's like I've got my drink sat on a Vertex dosing container that I'm never going to use because of crap, but I won't throw it away because it's good for putting my drink on when I'm talking to you guys. Camera's up there.
So here in the States, we have we kind of found this little group, and we're all over the place, spread out really far, and we don't really have a group local. Like we all have little groups, like in some store owners, like Zach's the man, but we all want to share coral, so we end up shipping them, 1,500 miles across the states. Do you have a little group in your area? Are you guys you share your corals with, or you get corals from buddies? And
there's a few. It depends what you class as a little area. Because I'll quite happily do 400 or 500 miles to go see someone and drop them some off that they need. I'm very much like that.
Yeah, because Rob said he wouldn't go 15 minutes.
Yeah, Rob's like that, but yeah.
Unless he can walk. He said unless he can walk.
Rob's about 3 hours away from me. It's a good couple of 100 miles. And I'd gone down to pick up the fish, so that's how come I went to see his system. But I think not we're doing that. I went to pick up a epaulet tang from Ocean Project, which is an 8-hour round trip for me for a 90 quid fish, but I get to go down and see a few mates and have a quick catch up and then come back home. So it's one of them. As Liam knows, anyone asks me out, and I'm there if I can help.
I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Local legend in the hobby.
You what, bud?
Local legend.
I won't say that.
Everybody says it. It's got to be true.
Yeah, we even hear it.
Well, I'm just me. That's how it is. I used to be heavily into modifying cars, and I had a R34 Skyline, and that's the same in that hobby. Anyone had help, I would. Taking mates' daughters to prom and stuff like that in it. It's just who I am and who I've always been. It's always better to help than to be a and not.
Take us through all your corals and things there, Lee?
Oh, fucking the corals.
He's got a fantastic fish collection.
Yeah, fish, that's different.
Okay, let's talk about fish then.
I've got a 12-inch matter tang. I've also got a very pretty barrier tang, that same size. A dusky wrasse, that's 8-inch, that Tom thought were a tang. Epaulet tang, hybrid powder blue, Gulf Lake Angel, Sohal. There's a tricolour Scopos in here. Blacktail tamarin, about 8 or 9 clowns, 2 Gallet Hawks, Yellow Tang, Silver Belly Wrasse, fucking Chromis. Fucking hate Chromis.
Do you have 8 clowns in that tank or all around?
In that tank alone. There were 12, but one jumped and ended up in Weir, and he's now down in some. There's also a Royal Grammar.
Are they skunk clowns, Lee?
No, I've got one skunk, a pair of Clarkies, a black and white, a standard orange. There's a pair of Black Storms. Actually, first pair in the UK. They were 800 quid when they came in. I didn't pay that. I got them for 20 quid. But they were bought by Dom at Kraken. And he sold them to my mate, and my mate shut down and gave me them, along with Yellow Tang I've got, which is a tank bed, and everyone thinks it's wild caught. What's that tail there? Oh, yeah, there's a silver spot tang in there. Set Sohal.
How many liters?
This main system on its own is 1,000, but the complete system is just over 2. And when the new subs are included, it'll be in between about 3,500 litre. I've then got in this tank, I have an orange shoulder tang, a hybrid yellow Scopos, and an Achilles. And I fucking hate the Achilles because it was supposed to be an hybrid, and Shop did a swap on me, and I'm pissed. So I hate that fish. Also, Yellowtail tamarin, a pair of clowns, which are nasty as fuck, and a cleaner ass. I have a cleaner ass in there as well, and a couple of damsels. And then in tank behind us is obviously zebra tang, gold hawkfish, which is one of only one I've ever seen. I've seen about 5 of them online, but never more than one in flesh. And Margaret, my Marshall Island wrasse, who's a knobhead. Someone's going in sump.
I can see the reflection of a wrasse in the bottom left of the screen randomly. I'm wondering if that's the one that you're talking about.
She's about
Yeah,
That big,
yeah,
about that deep.
pretty huge.
When I first got into a hobby, I was heavily into big predator fish. So I had the 8x2x2 had a big pair of eels in it, which were as thick as my arm. Lionfish, loads of different triggers. And I kind of miss them days. So damn sight easier than dealing with all this shit. Coming
Get a
down.
shark. They're brilliant.
Predator tanks are super cool.
Get a shark.
Nah. It's one of them. And don't get me wrong, I like those, Liam, but it's one of them. They shouldn't really be in captivity.
No.
It's like I used to have a 3.5-foot red-tailed catfish, and I took him to the local shop to put him in heated pond for a couple of months while I built an 8-foot before pond for him, so he could have a lot more swimming space. And dickhead jumped out of that fucking pond, didn't he? So I ended up losing him. So I never built my pond. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't think should be in a hobby. And you get people like my old boss who sell stuff to people who had no idea what it was.
I think it's getting far harder now in the UK to just be a random human and set up a pet shop. I mean, for example, we're getting our inspection for our pet shop license in the next couple of weeks here. And, you know, they actually give you all the information they're looking for now. And, you know, I've got an entire ring binder full of stuff. It's going in the right direction, that they are making it harder for people to just buy living creatures without any knowledge. I think it is going in the right direction.
I think that's good.
Sorry, Liam, what you were saying?
I just said I think that's a good thing. Completely agree.
Yeah, I also think that the hobby in general, and I know we're all hobbyists here, and this is going to sound really, really stupid, but I think fish and corals probably should cost a little bit more than they do.
Fuck off, no.
I just think it's all a little bit the wrong way round. Anyway, I won't go too deep into that.
This is all getting very dark and serious really quickly. Let's think of something more. So corals, I've got this green one, and I've got this greeny yellow one. That's purple with green.
I can't believe how few people I've met in the UK in the last 2 weeks. You're all fish guys. Seriously, it's quite odd.
It's because they don't just fucking die for no reason like corals do. I've come down this morning and 2 of my hammers have just failed for no reason whatsoever. I thought my tank were back to normal or getting there. Last week I lost five heads of dragon soul torch. No fucking reason. I lost 7 fucking lobos, and it's like, wanker, why?
Losing the lobos is a weird one.
I know, because my scullies look fucking phenomenal.
Oh, was it in that tank you lost them?
The lobos in here, but it's all the same water, so bewilders me.
Have you done ICP? You had to have done an ICP now.
Yeah. I know a few reasons why I've lost stuff, because, as I said, I'm a fucking idiot. First of all, I got tungsten in my ICP about 3 months ago. And I'm like, fucking hell, so I checked everything, can't find out. And then about 4 weeks after, I was moving the auto top-up tub, and there were a Jubilee clip in there. I don't know if there's a different name for them in America, my apologies, but it's a round metal clip that you screw in on the holding pipe work. Not supposed to put them in salt water, but it was just, I have them on some pipes downstairs. So that had fallen auto top-up, so that's where tungsten had come from. Then I mixed my own water, like most of us do. But because I'd seen on BRS TV, I put it through a 5-micron filter before I used it as salt. Anyway, I'd put this 5-micron filter in my sump because I'd put 900 litres of water in my new sump system, but not cleaned it, forgetting that I'd got live rock in there and fish. So it filled it with bacteria. I put the container out of sight, out of mind, pumped 4 days later another 175 litres of water through it, and obviously it was full of dead bacteria. So that's what's done a lot of the damage, and a few pH swings and salinity swings due to me constantly fucking about with these sumps instead of cracking on and thinking about what I'm doing. And then my Mastertronic started playing up, and it was saying that my phosphate was 0.003. So it stopped dosing lanthanum, which is what I used to control my phosphate. So my phosphate actual reading came back at 0.67. That's not helped either. So even the best of us make stupid mistakes, and I'm far from best of us.
That is a massive swing.
Yeah, I've had it seems to be all right, and it's weird how certain things seem to absolutely thrive. Like I've got a blue and orange Symphilia, I think it is. You can't see it, but it's here. And that, I haven't batted an eyelid at anything, and I've been panicking about that because that's like my favourite colour. In the group of stuff I've got, other than having my huge colony of Grandes that I've got. Paligrandes, what are they called?
Palithoa grandis?
That's them, yeah. Sorry, it's because I'm nervous. My brain is not functioning.
Palithoa grandis. Those aren't those the ones that'll kill you?
Yeah, I've ended up in hospital with them before now. Cameras up there.
Of course you fucking have.
Yeah. Do you want the full story about it?
Yes.
I've literally died 4 times and come back. Fuckers won't let me stay over there, bastards. First time I got suffocated by my brother. Died for a minute. When I came back, I started seeing ghosts. But
the pyro fucker?
You need to stay away from him.
Oh, we don't speak. I haven't seen him in years. So anyway, I'd got up Saturday morning. Now on a Friday, I used to have a little routine. I had a Evo 25 Nuvo fucking tank in the kitchen, and all my toxic pallies were in there. And on a Friday night, while I wait for my takeaway to come, I'd fuck about and move them all, like you do. And then you'd think, oh, I'll wash my hands in a minute, and then you don't. So this particular week, I'm eating my burger, and I'm like, this has got a weird sauce on it, as this. It's really nice, but it's really unusual. I don't know what it is. So next morning, I woke up and felt like I got food poisoning. A few hours pass, I'm at my mate's garage, and I collapse, unresponsive and choking on my own vomit. So my mate fucking freak brings ambulance, and I just go from like that to, what's happening? And he's like, what the fuck? I went, what's wrong? He went, you were just dying. Thought you were dead. I'm like, oh, fuck off now, then. So I ended up going to hospital. Spent 4 hours at hospital. Woman said, first of all, because my mate who overweight time was 4 years older than me, she went, is that your son? I'm like, fuck off. He's older than me. And then I've just got more and more wound up with this nurse then. And then they put a litre of saline in me. And I was absolutely fine. So thought no more about it. No idea what it was. Doctors didn't know what it was. So I come back home, and then following Friday, I'm eating a pizza. And I'm like, this pizza's got the same fucking sauce on it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then he dropped. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, it's probably toxic. So I went to wash my hands and finish my pizza, like you do. And then next day,
we literally have someone who we can ask, how does it taste? And he can tell us.
Yes.
It's kind of how can I put it? It's kind of an orangey taste.
A little citrusy?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It was quite tangy. It was nice. It was better than barbecue sauce that I had on anyway.
Orange pizza.
A citrus barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
A little citrusy beef?
I must admit, it was like nothing I'd ever tasted before. And I'm like, I wonder what this is. I'll have to ask them. And obviously it turns out to be that stuff. So I don't have it often now. I have it as a treat. So it is nice. No, I don't.
Right. Can I just ask before we go any further? So you actually said at the very start of this. So were you aware these corals were dangerous all the way back then?
I don't know, I'll be honest.
Because, I mean, I didn't until, I think, maybe 3-4 years ago.
Well, I'd been in hobby like 6 years when this happened. But I'd never kept corals. I'd had anemones and stuff like that and been stung by them. Carpets are a fucker for getting me. They don't half sting them. But I knew there was such thing as palitoxins. So I'd seen it on one of the YouTube channels, one of the Australian ones, them with blue shirts on. Can't think of the fucking name now.
Galleria Aquatica?
Yeah. I'd seen it on him, but they're always brown ones, and I thought, it can't be mine. Mine are fucking green, aren't they? So it must be something different. Oh boy, were I fucking wrong. But I had the same off of I got a golden favia from Finest, and I'd done the exact same. I'd not washed my hands. Check the cameras up there with. I'd not washed my hands, And then I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning with projectile vomiting and diarrhea shooting out just as fast. And I'm like, this thing is quite familiar. I wonder what this is. And then I twigged that it was.
Can I just ask,
poisoned
had your wife left you at this point?
Oh yeah, she wasn't my wife. She was my missus, but yeah.
Just in case she was covered in vomit and shit, that might have, just pushed somebody over the edge.
No. It was just one of them things. We've been mates for years, and anyway.
Yeah, hold on before we go into a therapy session. So, that's the second time you nearly died, and then there's a third and a fourth.
Oh no, they're totally different things. Are the 4 times I've died. I died when my brother suffocated me when I was 4. Then I hit a Shogun head on, big 4-wheel drive car, a bit like a Jeep Cherokee to you guys in America. I hit one of them on a motocross bike head on and nearly lost my left leg, broke my chest bone, shattered my rib cage, and I died for a minute. Then I smashed my face. My forks collapsed on my mountain bike at a local park. I was doing 40 miles an hour and I had 600 stitches in my face. 5 hours facial reconstructive surgery and 2 years learning how to talk again. But I died for 4.5 minutes, according to my mates. I was unresponsive and no pulse for 4.5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And then when they were rebuilding my face, I died on an operating table twice. So technically it's 5, but I only count it as 2 because, as 4 because it was like within moments, you know what I mean? It was just like 5 minutes into operation, I died, and then I come back to the and I went, and then I was back awake, and then same again 5 minutes later.
So would you say that going through everything you've gone through has changed you as a person then?
No, I've always been a fat.
I'm glad you're here today, Lee. I'm glad you're okay and good.
Oh yeah.
Just a little confused and a good guy.
Yeah.
What is the plan for this new sump, and why are you at? Do you just want more water volume, or have you got more plans for more systems?
Well, at the moment, if the electric goes off, I lose 100 litres of water because it overflows the sump I'm running at the moment. It's too small.
Oh God! Right. Okay.
So I've been battling this for months, and I bought another ReefTech sump, same as mine. We'll link them together, but the logistics of setting it up in the cellar, it ain't going to work. So I was looking on Instagram and saw it's Martin something or other, and he's got 10 before be free. And he's got the same system for sumps. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do that. So one, gives me a lot more water volume. It means I've got more room for equipment in sump, simply just to save it overflowing. Now, the original plan was to use the new sumps as it, but until I can afford to get the felling roller mat that I want, which is a big 3-foot one, I'm going to have both sumps linking together and run it like that, because I'll lose a roller mat if I don't have them both set up, if you know what I mean.
So you're going to continue using your ReefTech sump along with this new big monster?
Yeah.
So how are you going to plumb that?
2 holes. I've got 2 50mm bulkheads to go inside, because the ReefTech sump's about 1.5 to 2 foot higher than the new sumps are, so it'll easily flow into it. I just drill 2 holes in one end at some bulkheads, pipes down, across and up and back in. It's an easy job, but I've been suffering a lot with mind fog over the last couple of weeks, so I'm hanging off doing it because I want my head to be clear, because if I fuck it up, it's a big fuck up.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. I recommend you take your time on that, 100%.
The sumps have been running now for over a month. I'm just waiting till I've got that right mindset.
So your basement. Sorry,
go ahead, Jim.
So your basement, is that where you have your water mixing station too? You keep everything in the cellar?
Everything's down there. Trident, my Apex, and all my fancy controls are underneath this tank here. I've got a big control board with them all on.
What do you use your Apex for? Like, what does it do?
It sends me notifications so I don't feel lonely anymore. What do I actually use it for? Trident controls dosing for me. I can monitor everything I need to monitor. If I need to switch stuff off, I've got it all programmed, so I just turn the return pump off and everything shuts off that needs to shut off. Just same as what everyone uses it for.
How do you like the Trident control dosing, Lee? Lee, and do you use ABC reagents?
No, I'm ordering some in next. Well, me and one of my mates is going halves on a set.
It's well worth it.
Well, I want to get it so I can test the full 24 times a day. I don't like testing the 4 times a day. I want more control, so it's more linear for alterations at alk and such like. But I've been running auto tester on it for, well, auto predator or whatever you want to call it. I think 2 months after buying it, and I've had it for a year. Well, no, 3 years. And when I got it, it was broken, and I had to fix the one of the solenoids were jammed. So first 3 o'clock in the morning, I had it on kitchen table in bits. But it's never missed a beat. Can't fault it. I know a lot of people have issues with them.
Stories. Yeah, you do. You hear so many horror stories. But I will say, most of the horror stories are the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, I've noticed. It's really odd.
Every time I've contacted support from Neptune, they've been fucking amazing. And then the Americans like, oh, what a fucking wankers they are. They're this or that other. I'm like, oh, they've always been fine with me. But I think it's because Americans are more softer than us as English people. We're used to being called all the time. I know a lot of, no offense to people who are watching, but you know yourself when you hear someone at a comedy club use the word, everyone goes, ah, whereas us, it's a term of endearment.
That's so funny. I was talking to Russ about this a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, you know, that word here is like, that's a bad word. And I said, well, yeah, it's pretty much our worst bad word as well. But, you know, in Scotland, we use it as, see if you're a nice person, it's like, well, he's a good. It's not used as an insult a lot of the time. It's so bizarre. So bizarre.
It's the one word that disappoint your mother the most.
My wife was mad at me for using it all the time. And I just started calling everybody cocks. And she likes that better. Fucking cock. And just the other day, she said, you can use again. You can use.
Oh, she got bored of cock?
Well, she got bored of me calling everybody cocks instead of you know.
This is another edit. Right, so Lee, I want to see stuff. How are we doing this? I am very conscious of your disability, so please just.
Oh, I see. Have a go at me because I'm a spaz.
No, behave yourself.
Right, my idea is I'll have to take my headphones off so I can walk about.
Do your headphones got a cable?
Yeah, the cables. I ain't got fancy headphones like you guys. Well, mine are proper hi-fi ones. Where are we? There's my orange shoulder.
So Reef Tech is no more. They are gone.
Do you worry about leaving all those magnets in the tank?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not when he's got a stock of Jubilee clips in his ATO.
Jubilee.
Tell me if you want me to move closer on or over. So that's my big colony.
Holy
shit.
So bear in mind, that's a 12-inch fish.
Whoa.
Wow.
How old is that and how big was it when you got it?
I've had it about 3.5 years. And I've had at least 50, 60, 70 heads off it already.
That's a big head.
Fish.
You've got some beautiful fish, Lee.
Yeah. Fish and
any aggressive fish? You got any cocks in there?
Oh, look, there's me Achilles. Fucking wanker.
Where's Achilles at?
It's supposed to be a fucking hybrid. Sorry. I'm trying a lot. Dick. Tim.
Never seen that type of butterfly.
What is that butterfly?
Pyramid. Black pyramid.
Is it black sand, Lee?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering too.
He's a bit of an over as well.
Beautiful.
That's a pretty fish.
Do you ever have any problems with HLLE with your tangs, Lee?
Well, other than the Sohal, who got that when we were living in Sump.
Oh, yeah.
If I turn, just 2 seconds. If I turn this off.
I'm curious about that gold flake with all those corals. That's fucking awesome.
That should get rid of echo for a minute. The gold flake is a tank bred who a gift. A lad was shutting down, he wanted to go somewhere safe. He's never touched anything. The most he'll do, he'll take stuff off corals like food, but he won't harm them.
That's really interesting because, yeah, they get a really bad name.
There's my Matatang.
It's gorgeous.
My little epaulet. Lavender. Purple tang that looks fucked, but he's been through velvet 6 times. Now that is a tanked bred yellow. Also got a little flame angel.
Your rock is cool, like a treescape. Did you build that yourself?
That piece and the piece over here, which you can't see, were a custom build by Reef Aquatics, I think it was. I got it cheap. I'll post a picture on thing of what it looked like when I got it. So we've got my rather small bubble coral there. That's probably about 12, 18 inch across.
Wow.
Huh.
Big Holy Grail. One of me, it's never done well on that, but it's a Dragon Soul. That's just an indoor green, another indoor green. So let me just...
Lee, you are a professional reefer.
Am I fuck?
Yes,
I
you
don't know
are.
what I'm doing half the
Yes,
time.
you are. This is incredible.
Yeah, this isn't faffing around. This is some serious shit.
Right, let me just... Oh shit, I can't do it on there, can I? Can I exit from this and it won't lose it?
Yeah, I mean, you can swipe up if it's a
Yeah, right. So
one that should stay open.
we're all happy with looking at the fish. Oh, there's my tricolour.
Man, all
You
the
got a
clams.
clam collection?
No.
Oh, there's a
You guys-
dusky as well.
We call those koi tanks over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
same thing. Where's that dusky gone now?
Do you have a favorite
there he
fish
is.
and a favorite coral?
Favourite fish is my Midas Blenny.
Awesome
Yeah.
character.
I just love them. They're always, as far as I'm concerned, they're all female. I don't know why, but it's just the way I've always thought of them.
Do you have a convict tang?
Yes, I do.
Is
It's
he
in
a
the front. Because he's a dickhead.
He's a 2?
Yep. He's already killed. I had 2 of them, and he decided to kill his mate for no apparent reason. Right. So if we go bang bang, down, down. There we go. How's that looking, guys?
Windexy.
I don't
Yeah, you've
mind
got
it.
so many green corals that and
Whoa.
it looks amazing under blues.
Well, that's it. I thought I'd best put it on blue so you can see it all properly. So there's my scullies there.
Yeah. Bleeding apple.
This is
Acanthophila.
now, unfortunately, that all the brown is what I lost when I had issues with my Hollywood Stunner.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was a Hollywood stunner.
Well, the thing is, I had a Roger Rampage size of a dinner plate, and I've lost that as well.
I'm going to get some Hollywood Stunner, but I'm going to rename it Hollywood Stoner. I'm just wondering if anyone here will actually know what that means. Probably not.
Stunner, it's a food substance in it that you Scottish people have.
No, a stoner is an erection, a boner, a hard.
All right, it's not what I was thinking it was.
A stoner. In other words, it's standing up, standing, stoner.
So what do you guys think to that mushroom?
Is that a Yuma? Oh,
It's
that's
amazing.
huge vesicles on it.
I've no fucking idea what it is.
Bouncy,
Is it split?
bouncy.
Same
It's
box.
amazing. What's that one waffling up?
Waffling up.
Yeah, that's a chalice, or what is that? A
Oh,
Monopora?
that's a
Perlina.
Turbinara, but it's not happy at all. It's still
Cool.
pulling itself back around.
Cool pattern. Growth structure.
Yeah.
And then we've got Maggie Sort. Same there. It's finally starting to colour back up again, is that? It was absolutely stunning when I had coral cares, but I had some frags in frag tank. We'll go around the other side now. and they turned bright green with purple tips, and it looked phenomenal. So I changed over to skies and nearly killed fucking colony. It all just went shitty orange. So I've got a nice little gunny there. That one's sulking. That's been bleached to fuck since I got it, waiting for it to come back. That's a close second for my favourite colour, which is my fox colour, but that's beautiful. I love that.
That is gorgeous.
We've got another chalice, rainbow chalice.
You've got a lot of corals that would be everybody's favorite coral if they had it.
This thing, I don't even know what it is. It just appeared. On one at
On that tile?
It's a clam.
It's a bit of dead.
Fuck's sake, Jim.
Roger Rampage. I didn't hear that. What did he say?
He was just saying that's a clam.
All right. So, big gold. That colony right in centre there, I lost a big colony out last week. There's another Turbinera, which Tom thought were Duncan's. More Turbinera, Zoas. Now my babies.
What salt do you use, Lee?
TMC Pro.
Ah, good man.
Do you do do a water change schedule like religiously, or do you do it when you feel like it, or?
It's auto water change with Apex, 25 litres a day.
What's that orange one?
This one here, right in centre.
Behind it.
Oh, they're mushrooms.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're just...
really?
I don't know what they are, but I know them ones are tongas. Them other ones are just orange mushrooms. That's the gold Fabia that give me shits. That's not happy.
Man, you got a mix of everything in there.
More toxic pallies. I don't know why. I should know better.
It tastes good.
You'll have pizza soon. It's fine.
So, all right, where were we? Holy Grail frog spawn right in centre there.
Holy Grail frog spawn?
Yeah.
We don't have that here.
It just means it's got a yellow centre. Yellow centre and blue tips.
It's boof o'clock.
I'd stick 2 up.
Yeah.
Some more chalices.
Are they playing nice together?
Yeah, sort of. That one's a bit bad over at end because it's been fighting with mushrooms.
I've heard of mixed reefs, right? And I've seen some mixed reefs, but this is a fucking mixed reef.
It's got
there's fucking everything in it.
Jeez. And everything, I mean, I know you're saying stuff's unhappy because shit's happened and things have slipped and things like that, but in general, I'm not seeing much major trouble in there.
It's settled off a lot. Now,
you said you're not a coral guy, and it looks like you're a coral guy.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely.
It's like Pokemon for me. You've got to get them all, haven't you? But I had another 7 Lobos bigger than that on here, and I've lost a lot of them, which I was devastated at. But it happens. I've got shitloads of different types of mushrooms. That Millie were bright red before, and now it's green and blue. I don't understand why. I've got a random SPS there that I've no idea what it is.
How do you deal with all that growth? Like, there's shit everywhere.
I fuck up and it all dies, and it gives me space.
Just obviously a serious question. I'm not trying to bring the conversation down, but how do you find reefing with one arm, Lee? Seriously, I mean that is a big tank, and you've got a lot of coral. So, do you have special tools or anything you use, or do you just get in there with your
I am special, yeah. So before I answer that, bearing in mind, I'm just going to pop you down a second.
Looks good.
Have a look at this, and then ask me again. Bearing in mind, this was all done with one hand.
What Lee does with one arm, we struggle to do with 2, I think.
Yeah, I could use a third to do what you do.
Yeah.
Man, this is putting Ron's glamour system to shame.
Ron, your tank sucks.
Thank you. Finally got rid of it. Yay. The crown has been passed.
But Ron, you don't have dolls on top of it.
They're not dolls, they're action figures.
Action figures, Jim.
And statues. So, to be honest,
That looks sweet, man.
That's awesome.
I don't have any special tools. Let's see, Deborah.
Whoa. I've never seen one in person.
I don't, and when I went down to Love to Reef, I swore I wasn't going to buy one, and then I ended up going back for it a couple of months later.
Hard to resist. That thing's beautiful.
And there's me, very miserable golden hawkfish. I get a better shot. I know Polo Reef just got one of them. And Margaret disappeared into back at tank. I don't have any special tools or anything really. I went from when I had an accident. I stripped my motorbike and rebuilt it with one hand. Then ended up working in a mountain bike shop building mountain bikes with one hand. And I've always been one for adapting anyway, so it was just a matter of I could either sit and cry or crack on with it. So old school Yorkshireman in me went, let's just crack on.
Oh yeah.
Inspiring,
so even to driving the car, I'm supposed to have a control box on it, and we'll give overflow tank a bit of time as well again. I'm supposed to have a control box on it, but I never bothered. So then I had my license revoked because I wouldn't have a control box. I had to have a test. Had a new test on car, and then passed that without control box. So I don't even have any adaptations on car.
Well done.
But yeah, if any of you guys, I know Liam's seen it, but the pipe work I put on my tank builds thing, that were all done with one hand.
How?
Use your teeth?
No, I've got a pair of knees. It's to me, it's just normal, so I just have to do what I do. But I don't see what most people do. So it's only over the last few months I've started realising what I've accomplished with two hands. Well, with one hand, sorry.
I think it's absolutely incredible. Better than most. So well done.
Thank you. It was going to Love to Reef and stuff like that. People telling me. It's made me open my eyes, and obviously people like Liam who knows me. It's made me start looking outside box and thinking, shit, yeah, this is a big deal that I've got. This tank looks shit.
Huge deal. So you said you use the Apex for auto water change, and then you're dosing. What are you dosing?
Reef Elements. It's a 2-part system that we have over in the UK.
Reef Elements is who makes it.
It's a guy called Josie. Just recently gone to D&D for them to distribute it over. I think about 12 months ago. But he's built it from ground up, and I've been down to his facility. He does ICP tests as well.
It's just a 2-part, so that's all you're doing is just 2-part and auto water change?
Well, let's think about this. I've already said I've got 6 dose and another 5 heads on my dosatronic dosing stuff. So to be honest, I've got part 1 and part 2, but my magnesium are always low, so I'm mostly dosing magnesium separately most of the time. Same with calcium. Then I have, sorry, I'm just staring at fucking thing. She's a bitch, she keeps biting me.
So hold on real quick. So if you're already needing to adjust calcium and magnesium outside of 2-part, why don't you just get rid of 2-part and just dose alk, mag, and calcium?
I'm pondering doing that, but I dose 2 separate trace elements, lanthanum chloride for phosphate, restore to help with corals, flesh bands, strontium because that's always low. I have a pipe that doses water outside, so it just empties bottles from downstairs. Can't remember what else I dose. I dose shitloads of stuff, amino acids and stuff like that. But I've got a calcium reactor off Tom. I just need a pint controller for it, and Get it up and running.
Is that a
Don't
moon
count as well.
Goniastria you had there?
Is that what, sorry?
If you go back to the coral you were just on there, the purple and green, is that a moon splatter Goniastria?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous. I've struggled to keep that in stock. Everyone seems to want it.
Well, I played out because I had a big one on order and my boss fucking sold it. Same bloke I work for. But I had one size of my fist. But I'm surprised it's doing well. You can just about see a few little air cans in there and all. I'm going to have to pull all them green pallies and get rid of them.
Yeah, well, be careful.
How are you going to do
Where's
that?
that come from? I didn't know that. I've got a pair of Captain Americas in there that I didn't know I had.
As you do, Lee.
Yeah. So what else does people want to see now?
Oh, I need to see the basement, surely.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, that Goniapora, Goniapora. Oh, Gongonia actually came out of Saxby's tank. So a bloke who sold me it told me.
I think Rob's been to see his tank. He said it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, there's another Holy Grail frog spawn. If it'll fucking focus. It's supposed to be. My mate Sapphire's been and she said it was phenomenal. Right, let me just...
What is this room? Is this just a room and then you have your tanks in it? Or is it part of like the living room? Or
It is. I'll spin round and let you see. So, that's my door in.
ah,
That's my big tank. TV, frag tank, sofa. So I spend most of my time just focusing on that bit there.
right.
So let me just put my shoes on and I'll take you into the basement. Sorry, I'll put you down a second.
So nobody here has basements in Scotland? Like, nobody?
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, here comes Rob. He must have got rid of all of his people.
Yes.
He was hosting today.
He was clowning.
Right. My apologies. The cellar is a mess because stuff is everywhere, but...
Whatever, man.
As basements usually are.
Yep.
Oh,
Mine would be
an idea.
if I had one.
This is my kitchen.
What the fuck, Lee?
So we've got a WAV there. That's Apex probe current holder. Neuro 3 box. Shitloads of pipe
We're on
work.
space right now.
My new water box to set up. My new nitrate reactor. Which, to give some idea...
You only reef, huh?
Yeah. His entire life is reefing. Everything else is... I mean, that's... How do you cook food?
Oh, takeaways. You make a phone call. New sunlight. One of my spare L2s. I need to take that downstairs.
Jimmy.
Spare skimmer, that's, well, body because pump's fucked on it. Right. So. Oh, left light on last night. Dickhead. So
that wasn't the cellar, that was the kitchen.
Yeah, that's my kitchen, yeah. You see, in my defence, fuck off. I'm getting attacked by a bucket. There. In my defence, I was preparing to move because my landlord split up with his wife and he wanted about selling a house. And so I got a load of stuff together ready to move. And now he's decided he's stopping, but he's put me rent up by 300 quid.
That makes sense now.
So, right, here we are. Arrow unit. That's my salt mix bucket. Calc, as you can see, it says Calci on it. Salty salt bucket. Random loads of stuff. Still need to fit that. A JHL Pro boulder. Mastertronic.
What is that salt bucket? Do you like have some auto mixing station?
Yeah, so what I do, I fill that with water, put 9 scoops of salt in. Once it's mixed to the salinity I want, fill up, there's a pipe coming all the way across, goes to my cleaning chamber, into there, into the big tub, and then that's linked into Apex for auto water change, which is what it's doing right now.
So why are you worried about your salt mix going through a filter?
I saw it on that BRF TV. Now, I've only put 400 litres through at the moment, and that's what the filter looks like.
I use a polisher in our salt bin.
Really?
It's nasty, but it gets pretty fucking gross, like black.
So you
Nope.
mix your salt, and then before it goes to your tank, you pass it through a micron filter. Is that?
Yeah.
You've
How
got
often do you clean that
fancy
filter?
pipe. Where did you get all the white, the orange pipe?
Finest aquatics. I change it whenever it needs doing. So once it gets, let's have a look, like that one, I'll swap it out.
So basically, your house is a public aquarium. This is
Private aquarium.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at 8 40 be free to replace my main system.
Do you have problems with humidity?
No, I have dehumidifiers everywhere. I've got 4 of them running. So kind of. So.
But you control it.
Yeah. So obviously I've got another Apex bar. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. One old one, rest of them at new shape. This is the pipe work for the new system when I get around to finishing it. So these are the new sumps. Spare L2 down there. S2. And that's a colony that nearly killed me.
Yep.
So you still have it?
Oh, yeah. It's my favourite coral.
So when you phone in a pizza, do you bring the pizza down there, or do you bring the pally to the pizza?
Before it were upstairs. I don't do it now. So there's 2 50mm drains on there. Head cleaner with flusher system on 2060.
Holy fuck.
So do you like gear? Are you a gearhead too?
Oh, definitely.
What are all those bottles down there, Lee?
Oh, they're all trace elements.
Look at your colorful fucking
Christ.
cables.
What?
It's like a water treatment plant.
Fucking insane.
You can see all the pipe work in there. Filling roller mat. That's my old refugium.
That's the type of system. If something happened to you and somebody came in, they would never ever. You'd be the only person to ever be able to run this.
And that's my 400-litre RO chamber. Now that
was a cool water tank. Can you go back to that?
Yeah, sure.
That's store, or that's a. What is that? Is that
400 liter? You said?
Yeah.
It's a
100 gallons.
Baffled water tank.
106 gallons.
You see the magnet there? There's also one there. That's from the Apex. So when it hits that point, it'll turn the arrow unit on, an open solenoid, start filling it. Then when it hits that point, as you can see, it's just a bit below. It shuts it off for me. So it's fully automated, and it's same with the auto top-up tub, which I have. You can see it there. That orange box is my auto top-up container. 1 kilowatt heater in line. That Deltec is just basically my ozone reactor. So all that's set up to do is ozone goes in it, so it puts ozone into water. One of my 110 UVs, my second 110 UV. Ask questions, lads, because I don't know what.
Do you run the ozone and the UV 24/7?
Yep.
Lee, how the fuck did you get those tubs down there with one arm?
I have someone come help me to do that. But the way fuck all. So a mate brought them down. I had them sat, all 3 of them stacked in that corner till I built them all.
I mean, it's
So how's your water? How's your city water coming in? Is your your RODI really have to do work, or is it pretty clean?
It's about in between 60 and 70 most days. So it is really decent water down here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's me little auto top up. Let me just pop you down a second. Just noticed something. The waste pipe on the Mastertronic had come out.
So you've got a lot of different things happening, and good thing you have Apex running. But I would have to think, like, this has got to be a system where you could forget one little thing. Like, there is so much happening here. Like, you have, how do you have redundancy? And like, you only have the one heater, right? But it's a cool inline heater.
No, I have more than one heater. So,
okay.
At the moment, they're here. So I've got an Inkbird controlling that one. I've got a D&D on there. There's also a 1,000-watt heater with D&D controller in the refugium in case that comes out. Now, there was the heaters in the sump as well, but I borrowed them out to get this heated up so I could put coral in it. But yeah, there's redundancies everywhere.
And you said sorry.
Right, go on.
No, the only thing is?
The only thing I ain't got any redundancy is lights.
Yeah. Well, that's who cares if they turn off if you turn them back on. You're not like planning to try and breed and spawn corals.
No, it'd be nice, but it's not something I've got an interest in.
Yeah. What about fish?
Can you just give us a slight rundown of where the water comes from the tank, where it goes through your basement, and where it goes back up? I am lost.
Right, okay. So, to answer your question, no, not with fish. I used to breed freshwater, and I'm tempted to go back just for breeding of them, but no, it's not my thing. So, if you look at that pipe there.
Any room for geckos?
Above the light, so this pipe here, if we follow it along.
Yeah.
I love geckos. I'd love to keep them, but it's too much like hard work with one hand.
I think you've
we got it. We got an expert that will help you.
It's not that. It's crickets. If they jump and fuck off, trying to catch them with one hand, fuck that. Or if gecko.
Do you have an empty closet? If you have an empty closet, he could walk you through it.
Does it look like Lee has an empty fucking closet?
So the water comes down there. Well, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Where does it fucking come in now? Yeah. So I'm trying to remember myself.
Right, concentrate, Lee. Where does the water come from the tank upstairs?
Yeah, but what you remember is, Ron, there's 3 tanks. So pick a tank.
Right, your big tank. Let's start with your big tank.
So you just got holes in the floor. You just drilled holes in the floor.
Yeah. I drilled one, and I was really nervous about landlord, and then I just fucking lost control.
What's holding the floor up?
So, what was that? Sorry.
What's holding the floor up? That's a lot of weight. Above.
There you go. Acroprops. There's 2 of them, and there's a wall there, and the tank is basically right above this section here. So, if you look at the T section there, I keep pointing on fucking camera, but you can't see. So, this pipe all the way along here, that T section there, that's where water comes from tank. Then it goes to right, and then that passes through. I
keep having to close my mouth.
I follow.
My
I'm
jaw
following.
slacked open.
He passes through into that UV, then drops down into that lot there. It's split. Half goes into there, half goes into here. Then it comes along, obviously goes into the filtration system here.
I mean, I know you've just said obviously, but fuck me.
So yeah, it splits from 140 to 340s there. So I've got three return chain, 3 holes there. Now all this were done. This was the funny thing. I didn't even fucking measure it. I just eyeballed it and guessed it and hoped for the best, and look at clearance I've got.
Nice.
I was fucking shitting myself putting it in place. So it all comes through UV. So all water from big system goes through that UV. Ignore Salt Creek, 'cause I ain't glued that pipe yet. Keep forgetting to. I really need to because it's fucking moving.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I
The
saw
water
that.
will let you know.
If you turn round, there's a tub of glue just sitting.
I know, but it's one of them. It's I've got to turn the system off, and I don't like doing that. So the pipe work, the water comes through there, goes through that into here. Oh, I'm pointing, and you can't see. So it goes into felling, roller mat, then passes through the clarity roller mat, into the sump system through filtration, into this chamber, then all the way back up there. That goes up, all the way along, and back through the same hole into the return. You can see the orange pipe there. That's the water going back up. So that's the main tank. The cage, the pipes come all the way along here. That goes that way. That's the emergency overflow. And the return, return is this pipe here. So all the water for the cage goes through that 110 UV. And that comes from this T junction here, which is run by an L2 down there. The other side goes all the way along here, to there, up into that hole, and that's the return for the frag tank. The emergency overflow for the frag tank is on the right, which comes down and goes all the way along over there. The main return overflow goes all the way along here, and that's where the cage links in, which is leaking because some fucking didn't glue it. All the way along there. Oh. To this section here. Let me just get round so you can see it better. So it all links into there, drops down into this main tube here, which is all the way along.
That was a smoke detector?
Yeah.
You got a smoke detector down there.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favour, Lee? If your landlord ever organises a meeting...
He's got 2 weeks and he's out.
Well, yeah, please film it. Film his face.
He's already done it. He was just fascinated with it. It was literally like, oh my God. And he brought 4 people round. Have a look at this. Look what he's built with one hand. And he was
lawyers?
blown away. And I'm like, can you just fuck off because I'm busy?
Safe to say, Rob, your mic is much better. I can hear you breathing.
Hiya, Rob. I didn't know you were there, mate.
So I was trying to knock one out quietly.
Oh, all right. Are you having a pokey bum wank then?
Oh, what?
It was something that was mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Right. At least the mic's working. Cheers. Carry on, Lee. Sorry.
Much better.
It's like HD. I can hear like that. It sounds great. So intimate.
Yeah. Heard your wife earlier, Rob.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's not amused.
Fish friends.
Do they all leave? Do you have a good?
Yeah, they literally all just left, and I went, oh, I'll make a cup of tea, and I just remembered, and I came straight in here, which is why it's got the because I just left making the tea. So she's going, where's the fucking tea? Anyway, sorry, Lee, I'm just derailing this.
I was just about to ask how it had gone.
I'd like to play Jenga in your house with the acros, though.
Oh yeah, I've got some more there. They were holding 5 foot up when they were here because 5 footer used to be underneath this section, and they were there for that. And I was putting 9 footer.
Don't seem a lot, to be honest. 2 acros. Don't think you've overdone it.
I wanted more, but I can't get more in place where I want them to be.
Yeah, that's the best way to build, isn't it? If you can't get them in, fuck it, just leave them out.
I've also got, I know it's irrelevant, but I've got a chop saw, but that's only to cut pipe. Along with countless pipe cutters right down there.
So you said if your system shuts off now, you overflow 25 gallons of water.
100 gallons, 100 litres of water. Whatever that is, sorry.
20.
So
it's unusual, the floor's dry. It's not usually dry. It's a bit damp down here, but that's because the pipe...
Because all the fucking
come out again. The pipe for the Mastertronic drain keeps fucking coming out.
So everything's off the floor because you got like whatever worth of 100 liters of water space.
Yeah.
Why not make the basement the sump? Just the entire basement.
Yeah, just tank it and fill it up.
If it were my house, I would do.
Yeah, do you know what, Lee? I reckon you would.
If it wasn't being rented, I'd have just made a big fucking section here.
Are you going to cover them sumps or not? Are you going to leave them open?
Yeah. I've got some 5mm acrylic upstairs. I just need to cut it and get it in place. But that's aquascape from a new tank that's in kitchen. In there getting thingy. Oh, look, I've got a load of that Cypric stuff. That
I was just say, got Cyprex, yeah. Nice. Scented glass.
Yeah. I got it cheap, so I thought we'd get a go. That thing was, I had twice as much as that. I gave 40 quid for water. My mate went, I want a bucket full. I went, there you go. So what do I owe you? Just,
do you guys in the States use that stuff or not?
Sorry?
I was asking the guys whether the States, people in the States use it. No?
I don't, but other people might.
My first tank. That's the only biological filtration I had in my first tank, other than Live Rock.
Yeah, I've never used it.
It worked really well.
Yeah,
why don't you just use rocks?
Apparently, that stuff's better. Apparently,
the surface area is much bigger.
Oh, them mushrooms don't look happy.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you're running a
wiggle
really
that pally
tiny
with your
sump.
finger, Lee. Just wiggle that pally there with
you
your finger.
You missed it, right?
You missed all that earlier.
Citrusy barbecue. Citrusy barbecue.
Have you tasted it? Lee has.
I'm just moving this because
and once was not enough.
I was going to say, just let's watch the camera go dead in a minute.
Vomit appears in the screen. Can't see him point, but vomiting.
I'd be more worried about dropping camera than getting poisoned. Already dropped it in one of them tubs over there.
Oh, been there, done that.
Yeah, I think everyone's done that, haven't they?
So what, like, when you talk about these biocubes and the filtration mechanisms, I mean, unless you have a tiny sump and a huge display, I mean, where's the benefit of, I mean, I guess maybe you have a sump, you have more room for equipment and stuff like that, but.
Well, it's full of biobulb there.
Jeez.
You can't really see. I'm just
it's
about. Yeah, that's wet. So you can see the chambers there. I think they're 7 deep. So 7 down and 5 across. And both of them are, well, you can see fucking things in way. There's plenty of bioballs in there, and then there's a shitload in there. That's about half full of rock and bioballs and rest of shit.
Your tank is mature enough that it's doing probably its job on its own, though. I mean, you just have.
Yeah, so I'm with Jim Lee. Why did you make your sump so huge? What's your thinking?
What was that, sorry, Rob?
I just, I think I'm asking the same question Jimmy. It's like your tank's pretty much ticking along. You've had it set up for ages. Why have you made such a massive sump?
As I said earlier, I know you weren't there, but if power goes out, I lose 100 litres of water because it overflows sump I've got.
Right, okay.
And I saw, he run one of the things Tom did other week. It with that guy I think he's in Sweden. He must have got that 10 foot before, and he got them massive sump containers in the back room.
A Viking reef.
Yeah. I saw that and I'm like, I want to do that. So hence it's been like this.
Yeah, okay.
Are you going to get rid of the fancy sump and just use those 3?
Eventually, yeah, because I want to get I've got the smaller fella in there, the XC. I want the big one. Now, the big one will fill that area there.
So you're building this extended sump.
Yeah.
Then you're going to shut down the little expensive sump that cracked on Ron.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get a bigger sump to add on to these 3?
No. It's a roller mat. It's felling.
Oh.
It's the big brother of this. That one there. That roller mat that I've got there in the centre of the thing. The bigger one, it's same size as the tank behind it, and that's the one I want for the system.
So you want a bigger roller mat to put in this sump?
Because if I take the little sump offline, I lose the Clarity 3000 that's on it.
Okay. But the plan is eventually to just have this be your only sump.
This is that's the end game, so to speak.
Okay,
And then
you're not just.
Go on.
That makes sense. I thought you were just building sumps just to have more water everywhere.
No. Originally, it was going to be this straight away, but I can't afford until back end of the year to get the felling thing because it's nearly £1,000, and I'm on 6, so money's not. I have to make money in different ways to pay for stuff. Let's put it that way. And my bum can only take so much, so I need to, ease off a bit.
Your bum can only take so much.
Nice.
That's a joke anyway, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love the way they had to explain. Oh, that was a joke.
Prison.
Just in case.
Prison pocket.
Prison pocket, yeah. Oh, dear.
So, yeah. So, are we finished down here? Is there else anyone wants to ask about the sump system while we're
So
down here?
that footprint, Lee, or that sump footprint, can you mirror that upstairs? Is that basement the same footprint as your room where all your tanks are?
Basically, yeah. That wall here is the back wall in my front room. Now, I know you didn't see it, Rob, because you weren't here. When I go back up, I'll show you. But that's basically the front room wall where my sofa is or where my 5 foot used to be. So I have that length. But
so you know the question I'm going to ask, don't you? Obviously, is why the fuck do you not have a tank that size in your lounge?
Because I got offered the 6 foot peninsula cheap at right time, and the plan was to make sure I like the peninsula and see how I got on with it. And I was going to put a 9 foot. You what, bud?
Hello.
I smell an upgrade.
Yeah,
exactly. It's on cards. It's upgrade already.
How long is that, Lee? Just out of interest, what size are those 3 tubs?
It's just shy of 9 foot, but
okay.
The problem is because I've put these tubs in, I can't go for a 9 foot. Let me wander upstairs, and I'll be able to explain a bit better when I'm up there.
So you go for 8'11".
Well, no, what it is.
Lee was telling us earlier, Rob, that he's not a coral guy, he's a fish guy, and then proceeded to show his corals for an hour.
I was going to say, I think he is a corals guy.
No,
got 6 million torches and hammers or something, isn't he?
Not quite that many. So, you haven't seen this, Rob, but that's my new reactor.
Cool, what's that for?
It's going to be my nitrate reactor. I've got bioballs to go in it.
Is that like 5 feet tall?
About 5.5. If I spin it around, you can see how it is.
I think this is what Lee empties his bum into after a busy night.
That's his boofing chamber.
And he just, so we can get a good measure on it.
Lee, do you do coffee enemas?
Right, let me just turn that light off. So, originally, I was going to have a 9-footer on this wall here, which is a wall where the sumps are.
So I'm fucking glad you put the Hoover around for you filmed, I tell you.
Oh, fuck off. It blew up last week. I've got to save up and buy a new one. I went out, and when I come back, it just stopped sucking, so I assumed it had got married. So, the original plan were a 9 foot before it'd be free here. But because I've put the sumps where I have, I can't put the acro props in, so I'm going to go on this wall. But the door's slightly farther in than what that one is. So I'm looking at about 8.5 foot.
Yeah, but you could bridge over your sumps with some steel work and then come off of that, couldn't you?
Right, just too much hard work.
And get a much smaller front door.
Right, I don't even need front door, to be honest. Can go out back, but I don't think the landlord... It's getting parcels and shit like that bothers me.
Ah, fuck the door.
Yeah.
So,
I can't believe you're renting.
I know, it's scary. It was scary when you told me you want about selling it, and I'm like, I've just spent £1,000 on pipework, you fucking prick. All custom to house.
I mean, with an argument like that, Lee, how could he kick you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you didn't see any of this. Shall I give Rob a quick tour at Corals while we're here?
Lee, you fire in. We've got I have to finish at 5 because I've got yellow lines to paint in the car park when we shut tonight. So you've got 25 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Well, whatever.
How much of the spray paint do you plan on huffing?
Hey, Russ.
Oh, I've got some pop left. So what do you want me to do now then? So I suppose Rob can see the video that you put together anyway, can't he?
Yeah, I'll need to.
Yeah, I mean, I can watch it back.
I'll need to edit some of the
Yeah.
sections.
Yeah, someone keeps swearing in. I don't know who it is.
Everyone.
Is it your mum again?
Oh no, it's all ring me.
Is that your mum's cupboard we're in now? Or
Told her not to ring you.
Yeah.
how many mum's cupboards jokes you done? You must have done loads.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
The thing is, half the stuff at my mum's is all freshwater stuff anyway.
Boo!
Freshwater, boo.
So do you have a garden where you keep even more stuff at this house or just at your mom's?
You want to see it, garden?
Oh, we do.
It's a fucking mess.
I don't believe it.
Fucking wires. Right. Oh, fuck off.
Have we not done an outdoor saltwater pond yet, Lee?
I pondered it, but
Yeah, that'd be nice. Put some mangroves in there.
Fuck's sake.
everywhere. I've killed someone who put that on there. I live on my own, by the way.
What'd you say? You live alone?
I live alone, but I always blame someone else for putting stuff in where. Oh, look. Surprisingly, more tanks and pipework.
Jesus Christ. What, is that a pile of tanks in your back garden? No. We've lost him. Your connection's gone, Lee.
His fucking landlord sniped him.
I swear the camera angle switched to up his nose.
Wait, why has it gone off?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The,
You turned the
It's
camera off.
Ron's
with it.
fault.
Well, it might be because I've pushed that in over there. Hey! Can you see me?
nope.
No.
Well, I've got video back on now.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
Oh, there
go.
it is. Hey.
There we go.
Woo, yo.
Right, okay. So we've got a
Uh,
trendy green bin.
nice bin. That's a nice
Right.
bin.
Red
Is that a lid of a polybox on the floor? Or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Red Sea Reefer 170 tank, sand, spare barrel.
Because
Second
everybody
spare barrel.
needs spare barrels.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing is go down here.
Tap
yeah,
on.
And they're
250 litre drum there. Well, tub. So we've got sump, Red Sea Reefer 170, spare tank, bigger sump,
See,
another sump.
HOAs here would you would be in trouble.
5 foot stand. Why would I be in trouble?
We have homeowners associations and they don't allow this kind of stuff.
Oh, well, this is England. Do what we want.
There are fucking one.
The neighbors would get upset that you have.
Yeah. Well, I
You
think,
see that?
Lee,
See that door
go
there?
knock at your neighbours and introduce him. See what he thinks. Is
That door
Much
that I'm
work.
pointing at now is my landlord's door.
that your landlord?
Can we interview? Can we do an interview? A live
He's not
interview
here.
with your neighbor?
Oh yeah. So you can't see, but there's a 4 foot corner tank there.
Has that got a big crack in it?
No, it's just shaping of it. It's just where
Oh, it's the bracing. Yeah.
the braces are, and it's going in spray
got you.
paint. So yeah, that's what my garden looks like.
Yeah.
That's
How
a
did you
backyard.
get all
We
that?
call that just a backyard.
In northern Michigan, but the Fudgies would have your head if you.
There's more spare stuff there as well. More pipe work. Polystyrene
So-
pipe.
Is there anywhere in that house, Lee, where you could point that camera and I'm not going to see some fish-related item?
That's about it.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, there's a new calcium reactor when I get out setting it up.
Oh, what one's that?
Pacific Sun. Tom, give me it.
Okay. It's got those little thumb screws on.
Yeah, fucking hate them.
Yeah, so I was looking at going.
And spare reactors there that I'll never use.
What's that? Is that a light shade or is that a roll of filter floss or something? What's that?
Oh, it's a light shade that broke and I haven't
Oh,
bothered
it is a
moving
light
it.
shade. Right. Oh, so I just,
It's
in amongst the fish gear, it threw me. I was like, it looks like a light shade. Right.
No, roller filters are in kitchen.
Of course
I
they
buy them
are.
in box full.
Of course they are. Sorry. I feel silly now.
So shall I go back to the PC now then?
That's totally up to you.
I need to sit down because I've been wandering about too much. It's not meant for exercise, me.
No, you might die again. Got to take a breath.
Fucking opens.
Lee, when you upgrade to the new tank, are you keeping the 6-foot peninsula or are you?
No, it's going.
Let's go.
That's your mum's.
Yeah, probably.
Back
Yeah,
in the cupboard.
I did have a buyer for it already, but I hadn't spoke to him in months, so I had holding my breath. But no, this was always only going to be a stopgap. It was just see if I could get on with
custom made
it.
that?
Yeah, funny enough, it came from AAC.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I didn't buy it from AAC. Matt did, but yeah, it's originally from AAC.
Do you know who made it
I
then?
didn't really...
No idea.
Okay, because he uses sea braid, didn't he, normally, Paul?
But it came with 40mm drains and a 25mm return, which I thought was fucking a bit weak. And pipe work on it was horrible. So I've replaced it all and redone it.
Yeah, that return's a bit shit, isn't it? 25mm.
Yeah, so the first thing I did was drill it to a 40. And I've got a 40mm coming up that splits into two 32s. And it wasn't even coming out up weird up there like it is now. It was pipe. Pipe came up and over the brace bar and then back into the water. It was just...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was shit settled.
So 42 is a pretty big return. What do you have? What did you say? Did you say you had a biz?
Yeah, it's Biz 800. So that's the return pipes at 40mm, and I wish I'd have gone 50. All overflows dropping down into 60mm. No, 50mm.
Yeah,
so that's an inch and a half for you guys. Yeah.
Do you worry about sump turnover? Do you worry about how much you
spoke to me now for a few hours. Do I seem to worry about
do you worry about your sump turnover? How much drainage?
He's saying, does he look like he buys about shit, Jim? That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Worrying about out means he doesn't worry about anything.
It turns over enough. You see, my thing is, everyone says you need like 5, 6, 10 times turnover. You don't. If you're running water through your sump too quickly, it's not getting a chance to be filtered. So the bacteria is not getting a chance to take hold properly. So I don't run it that quick.
I do 3, I think. At 3, I think I do.
Probably 2 or 3 for myself, Rob.
Yeah. What's that in the end of your tank, Lee? Looks like it's going to fall in and electrocute everything around it.
Where are we looking?
The big white thing above
the big white thing at the end.
Other
tank,
roller.
Big tank.
Is it the roller?
No, that's me Dyson fan. Not Dyson. Cheap. I'll show you.
That's a fan. Is that cool in the tank?
Yeah, I switch it on and off when I need to. It sits full way across the tank, you see, so it sits perfectly. It's one of them cheap B&M ones, the tower ones. I've got one there and one in cellar.
Turn sideways.
Yeah. My plan is to mount it into helmet when I get around to doing it, but it's on to-do list with everything else.
You've got a very long list.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely glue some pipes first.
Oh, no, they're fine. The worst one I did was 5 foot when I first set it up over there. I put a Biz A100 on it, and I noticed a little bit of a dribble off at return, and I grabbed hold of it. Now, controller for it was downstairs in cellar, and I just wiggled it, and it just fucking came out in my hand. So it started pumping at full tilt with this Biz, water in the fucking bottom of the tank, and I'm like, I ain't got time to go turn it down, so I just pushed it back in, and it was at that point I'd worked out it was in that deep, and I hadn't glued it because we'd been rushing around swapping tanks over. And
you just it's still that. It's still that. You left it still.
yeah. I left it for a few more weeks and then glued it when I got back.
And do most houses over there have central heating and air? Or no air conditioning?
We don't
No,
have.
we don't have that. Only posh people like Rob has air conditioning.
I don't know anybody that has air conditioning in their house.
Rob's got a smart house. Fucking talks to him.
I've got a window I can open if that's what you mean.
Near enough.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
When it's windy, that's closest I get.
Yeah, it's very rare to get aircon in this country.
Mm.
I think it's coming. It's coming.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have power problems, and powers. The last Friday talk or something, you guys talked about energy prices going up. Do you have any idea what your consumption is on all that shit?
$700 a month. I don't like saying it out loud because I've got to fucking face that fucking fact.
Did you notice everyone was completely fucking silent the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$700 a month, everyone just, oh.
That's just for the power.
But that's my gas and electricity, but I live on my own, so. But I've got 65-inch TV. The only reason it's not switched on now is because I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah. That's your gas as well. Stop moaning.
Yeah, but there's not much. It's not like heating comes on, is it? I've got a fucking 1,000-litre water bottle here.
True.
That heats house up completely, so gas don't really do much apart from showers in the morning.
Yeah. So does anybody have any other questions for Lee before we wrap this up? This has been the most entertaining tour I've ever been on.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've really enjoyed it.
You're an absolutely incredible reefer, and I really do think you maybe need a wee bit more of a confidence boost, Lee, because you keep putting yourself down. You're a master.
Yeah, well, that tank looks stunningly. For me, it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, but it's the same as yours, Rob. When you look at any of yours,
mine's better, but
oh yeah, yours. You've got a vampire tank. I ain't got one of them.
Really, that's your comeback. Not 50 quid fish.
Yeah. Okay, I love that
He
vampire
hates
tank.
his Achilles, Rob. He hates his Achilles.
It's a fucking wanker. It was supposed to be an hybrid. I bought it because it was an hybrid.
That's not his fault, is it?
Yeah,
it's not the fish's fault. It's his fault, is it?
if Finest haven't lied to me, and it is the fucking cameras up there, dickhead. If the Finest haven't lied to me, and it is the original fish, he changed back to a normal one to be a cunt. It doesn't even look like a decent Achilles. Piece of shit.
His tail spot's very small.
Yeah.
That's a hybrid.
Maybe he's just too far away. You want me to bring the camera closer? It'll get bigger. I still won't like it.
I think you should give it some lovely.
Well, it's once I get the water box in place, tomorrow all being well.
He won't thrive if you're scaling it and going, you're a fucking twat, will he? He's not going to enjoy himself, is he?
That convict tank that's in some fucking did.
Harpoon that twat.
Do you honestly think that the priority should be starting another tank tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. I need another tank. I need someone to move all shit out of here, winter. And I hate that tank, so...
Hold on. Is the tank to your right getting shut down?
No. The one behind the camera, the one where my zebra is.
It's getting shut down?
Yeah. Okay. And then I've got that water box in kitchens going in its place.
Oh. Why change it over? It's a bigger tank.
No, I just never liked this tank.
What, the shape of it? Depth of it?
Where's it going?
Going in garden. I haven't told the landlord yet.
Oh,
out back bins.
See if that he'll go in skip that in front garden in a minute.
I didn't see a bush.
Got any tanks in your front gardens?
Sorry,
the grass is basically one giant bush.
I was just saying, have you got any tanks in your front garden?
No.
Well,
No.
I think you're missing a trick there, then, isn't
Well,
you,
it's a bit unbalanced then, isn't it?
Yeah, that seems like a waste of space.
I have up
Just
until
drive by Rob and throw shit out of the back of your car for him.
Well, thing what? Up until getting the skip, I had 7 buckets, and I mean big salt bucket full of dead coral in front garden.
And that always smells really good, doesn't it?
That sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty.
So I put it right next to landlord's house so he could smell it because said he likes seaside. So.
This is just insane. Does anybody?
Rod's got to paint lines.
Any other questions, please, for Lee before we wrap this up?
Thank you so much for sharing, Lee.
Yeah, it's been more than welcome. Thank you for watching and being here and inviting me onto this channel as well. So it's nice to actually feel to be a part of something other than.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
thank
Ryan
you
loved it.
so much for your time today, Lee. It's been absolutely incredible. And I think there's going to be a lot of questions in your tank thread on the Discord. And if anyone would like to join the Discord, there will be a join link in the description of this video. And thank you so much, Lee. And thank you everybody else for spending so much time with us today on this sunny Saturday. And we'll catch you later.
Thanks for letting me watch. It was, a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been my pleasure, guys. See you later.
Cheers, Lee.
Bye,
Later.
Bye.
You got the house to yourself?
Wife just went out to do some errands, so I'm watching the dog since the last time our biggest Malamute was left to her own devices. She took a can of potato soup off the counter, crushed it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Like
What an animal.
What did she find what did she find sexy about a tin can? Was it open?
No, it was sealed. She was pissed that my wife left her, so she wanted to make her pay.
Fuck your soup.
Rebuttal.
Yup. Just another day owning, the Terminator of dogs. So,
Lee, how are you?
Nervous.
Why?
Hello,
We're
Lee.
just a bunch of fucking blokes talking bullets.
Yeah, true.
No,
You
I
don't
remember my first tank tour. I was nervous as hell.
I'm on
Nervous as hell.
I'm more nervous for this than when I'm on Reef Dudes.
Really?
Yeah. Have a load of
we're
dead
really-
coral in me. Have a load
we're
of
really
dead coral in me
judging you
tank,
hard.
so. You are.
Fucking finally.
And don't let anyone on here. What are you doing on here, Liam?
I've come to have a look, see what the sex dungeon's about.
Sex dungeon.
I haven't got a sex dungeon. It's Timothy that's got the sex dungeon.
Oh, you filled it with sumps now, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need to fill them with acid and you're complete.
Mm.
Right, so I'm going to spotlight you. Here we go. And then what we normally do is we normally talk about how you get into the hobby at the very start, your journey through the hobby from the start until where you are now, and then we'll go through your systems, livestock, tips, tricks, equipment, things like that. So whenever you want to start, you go for it, my man.
I don't want to.
You've got a setup. You look like you're sitting in the perfect position, just like Rob's weekly tank maintenance tours. You say, hold on, grab your cup of tea, put a little fish food in the fish tank, and then sit down with your Crocs on and watch out for the hole.
Does Rob
Did you just say Crocs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Doesn't he wear Crocs every?
Does Rob wear Crocs?
Yeah,
I think
he does.
so.
I got mine on today.
Everybody wears Crocs.
Who here has seen the film in what's it called now? Toxicity. It's set in future and everyone gets dumber and dumber and dumber, and they needed to find.
Oh, Idiocracy, yeah.
That's the one, yeah. They needed to find some footwear for film
They're
that were cheap, catch on, and it were Crocs they used.
Yeah. That movie's great.
We are all massive fans of Idiocracy on ReefyAF, by the way. Like, massive fans.
Awesome
Never
film.
seen it.
What?
Never seen it.
Here.
He's one of the younger
Oh, wow.
bucks, you know.
That and Office Space, the two of my favourite films.
No way.
We got Ron to watch Office Space finally.
Yes.
How's that, guys?
Looks good, Jim.
Where the fuck is Jim? What is Jim?
He's at the hospital.
Oh my god!
That looks like a disabled toilet, isn't it? What's he doing?
That's Idiocracy's hospital.
Oh, fucking hell, aye. Excuse me.
Absolutely brilliant. Right, we're gonna try again. So
Doris. I asked my mate, because when I had a back crash and lost use of my right arm, and I was worried that had changed me. And I bumped into an old mate who'd known me since I was 9, and I'm like, I'm any different? He went, you're a bit fatter and a bit slower, but that's about it. Still the same dickhead. I'm like, oh, that's all I needed to know.
how long did it take you to learn how to masturbate with your left hand, Lee?
Oh, you beat me to it.
It was instant, because so left-handed.
Oh, brilliant. So you can stranger yourself then?
No,
Oh, you beat me 2 times.
I can't even do that anyway, because I got told that when I first job. The boss said, "When you wank, don't you?" I went, "No," because you always deny it when you're a kid. And he's like, "Fuck off, we all do." I went, "Well, what about it?" They went, "What you want to do is tonight, go home, sit on your hand, knock one out. It's called a stranger, you'll love it." So I went back next day and I'm looking at him and he's like, "How do you get on?" I went, "I didn't like it." He went, "Why?" I says, "Well, I've got really good fans, so it just felt like some of a bloke and he put me right off."
This
And I got off him, well,
is,
you're not right in fucking head.
Reefy as fuck.
No, this is getting edited out, whether you like it or not.
But the funny one was, my mate, I hadn't seen him for 10 years, and it was the first time he'd seen me after accident, and first thing out of his mouth was, "How do you have a pokey bum wank?" You fucking what? He went, "How do you have a pokey bum wank if you've only got one hand?" I went, "I've never had a pokey bum wank, and I've never wanted one, but now you fucking said it." I'm 52 years old, fuck off. 51.
Well, you look much older, Lee.
You know what? Fuck you. I've had my face rebuilt once, it don't fucking pain. Right.
I'll tell you, can you get round the back to your garden, Lee? You got like a back entrance.
Yeah.
yeah,
Easy now.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I went, oh, it's opened up there.
Do you have a back passage, Lee? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Everybody's welcome? Okay.
Shared with the neighbours.
Landlord is seen there most days.